Good evening, sir. Good evening.
नहीं।
Good evening, sir. Good evening, HOD sir. Welcome. Good evening, sir. You're most welcome, sir.
Good evening, Professor.
Good evening, Professor. என்ன டாபிக் ப்ரொஃபசர்?
Like the Photoshopல தான் Professor.
Okay.
Smudge painting.
VR போடலையா?
இல்ல.
அது ஒரு அரை மணி நேரம் போட வேண்டியதானே? வித்தியாசமா இருக்குங்க.
Good evening, dear friends. Good evening, friends. It is 5:30. We shall begin the session with a silent prayer. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Dear learners, we have with us Professor A. Charles, the head of the Department of Computer Science, to inaugurate this special invited demonstrative session on smudge painting. We have also with us the resource person, the Associate Professor of Computer Science, Dr. Ravindran, with us. Before he begins, I invite Professor A. Charles, the head of the department, to inaugurate this special address.
Good evening, my dear young minds. Before I want to introduce Dr. Ravindran, let me appreciate all of you, because the trust what you are having on your mind of learning the graphics design, and this could be a very rare group I could see, because from school children to very old people. On the other hand, not only from Tamil Nadu, all over India, there are many combinations of people crowded in this group, which shows that what is the importance of learning on your mind. So I really appreciate, dear my young mind audience, to learn this graphic design. So I really thank and appreciate for your learning aptitude to attitude, and all the way you are interacting with your resource person, Dr. A. Vimal Gerald. He is very active, and every day I could see in WhatsApp chat, till late night, many people are interacting with him. He is responding and is guiding, he is helping all the way. Dr. Vimal Gerald is doing very well for all of you, whatever query you are putting it. So I really appreciate the participants. Now coming back to, because you could see every day Dr. Vimal Gerald, there is a change you need, some kind of change, at least in face. You could see Vimal Gerald is different from Dr. Ravindran. You could see the faces, two different faces you can see, young and old, not in colors, young and old. He is a young, energetic person. Dr. Ravindran is little bit old comparing with Vimal Gerald. So today you could see a different version of graphic design, which he spoke about, called smudge painting. This is one aspect how you can go for this kind of paintings, could be rarely used. So when you interacted this session, obviously you could learn a new version of your painting aspects. So now introducing Dr. Ravindran, who is a well-known, simple person, a smart person, and is having sound knowledge in almost all the areas of computer science. Being a physics background, he has a sound knowledge on microprocessor and computer hardware, etc. On the other hand, he is having more knowledge on softwares and more specifically on design aspects. So in the Department of Computer Science, we are privileged enough to have such a eminent professor. He is a former Dean, School of Computing Science, and he's given lectures as many as colleges, not only for computer science, especially for NOC accreditation process and other aspects also. He's given seminars. So in such an eminent person is going to present you yes other aspect of this graphic design called smudge painting. So I think you will be enjoying this session, and you can interact with Dr. Ravindran as well as Dr. Vimal Jaral to have any queries to learn and learn. The very objective of this course is nothing but putting something to you new for your young minds. The learning acquisition could be utilized by using this concept what you learn. I could see from WhatsApp chats you are learning and getting all things. So I really appreciate the young minds, the different category of people, those who are joined together learn this kind of new arena of learning graphics design. So with these few words, I welcome Dr. Ravindran to go for his session on smudge painting. Once again, I am appreciating and thanking all the participants. Feel free to enjoy this session. After this session, you can have a query and interact with Dr. Ravindran along with Dr. Vimal Jaral to get clarified. The objective is learn something new. That's what our objective of St. Joseph's College Department of Computer Science. So with these few words, I hand over the session to Dr. Ravindran. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. So kind of you, sir, for the compliments and for the support you are rendering for this course. So great of you, sir. The entire department supporting under your leadership for this course. Thank you very much, sir, for having come over and inaugurated this session. Now, I welcome and invite Dr. Ravindran to interact with you to demonstrate smudge painting. I am sure, I guarantee you, you will all enjoy the session. All the best, dear learners. Let us all welcome Dr. Ravindran. Welcome you, sir.
Thank you, Vimal. So is it audible? It's correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Very much audible.
Okay, thank you. So good evening, dear friends. And I'm very happy to be connected with you all this evening. And thanks to Dr. A. Vimal Jaral for this nice opportunity to interact with you all. I could see, as head of the department pointed out, as a heterogeneous group, starting from very young to even doctors at different levels and from different states. So it's a heterogeneous group. But ultimately, all of you will be having only one agenda, that's to learn new things, as pointed out by the head of the department. And I hope you will enjoy. And the last 10 or 15 days, you're just going through the various aspects of the design. So maybe with the help of Photoshop, you'd have worked with Photoshop, and you know the concept of the layers, manipulation of layers, components, placing components in it, and the manipulation of these components, applying special effects, moving layers up and down, okay, using different tools in order to fine-tune the components that are available in different layers. So you would have enjoyed all these things, and you would have worked with all these things. And today it's somewhat different. Maybe you are going to use the same Photoshop, but now we are going in for something called smudge painting or digital painting. You are trying to get a painting effect for a photograph. Maybe after converting it to that painting effect, you can just use it in any form. Maybe with the birthday wishes or any other wishes, if you want to have it, you can just go in for this type of smudging, and then you can place it. What you're going to achieve with the help of this smudging, you're trying to eliminate the imperfections available in a photograph. That is the ultimate objective. So after this smudging, you can have a very good picture that you can use it in different places. So I am not a master or an expert in this particular field. I am actually attached to computer science department and maybe involved with the programming and other things. But this particular aspect of smudging, I just learned it only in a trial and error basis. That I would like to share it here with you. So it's my learning through trial and error basis. I'm trying to share it with you, and definitely you'll also appreciate that. You'll also be involved, and you'll also be doing that, and definitely you'll enjoy. So in order to proceed with this, you are supposed to be, or for smudging, you are supposed to be very calm. You need to do all these things leisurely, because it's going to take time. Because you cannot just finish it within 10 or 15 days. You'll have to do it slowly. Otherwise, you will be losing the actual purpose of converting that picture. You have to, it's a minute work, you have to preserve the shape of a particular face. Otherwise, everything will go wrong. So you have to be very calm, you have to do it leisurely, take time to complete all these things, and try to bring in the concept of creativity. Because it's only presentation now. Presentation definitely needs creativity. Creativity is not there, you're going to do the same thing again and again. And have just to bring all the creative talents in you and try to design different things with the help of this concept of smudging. Okay, I'll just proceed with the help of PPT initially, and after that I'll just go for the actual demonstration. Just give me a moment, I'll just share my screen. Okay, you can just see my screen now. So, smudge painting. Okay, so what are all the things that we are going to concentrate here? It's layers that will be very familiar. And I'd like to introduce the pen tool, because that's the tool with which you are going to select certain area. Whatever that you are going to smudge, that you are going to select. So for that, pen tool is going to be used, and with the help of that, you are going to select the portion to be smudged. And after that clipping, you're trying to prepare the picture with the help of different aspects like brightness, the color, the contrasting features, the shadows, adjustments, and so on. So all these things you do it initially before you go for the actual smudging. And after completing all these things, take a copy. So in each and every step, you are supposed to take a copy, because you may be going wrong. So if the design or the smudging is not correct, you can just backtrack. That is the purpose of having a copy at each and every level. Okay, so take a copy and have a new one, and in that you go for smudging. Okay, once if it is done, you can go for the design of anything, maybe greeting cards or like that. Different things are possible. And we'll also be seeing something with respect to the hair drawing, how we are trying to bring in the concept of hairs inside. So the lining and other things, so we'll try to see that, and then maybe finishing it with a particular background. So all these things we'll try to see. Okay, it's smudging is an art technique where some parts of the photo are smudged. A special way to create an image that looks as it was painted. So you're trying to bring in the painting effect to the photograph. Okay, so after the smudging, the smudged photo may be better than the real photo. Definitely that's going to be the reason for all this smudging. The photo is converted into a digital portrait, and you see airbrushes out all the imperfections available in the photo. That is the purpose for which you are going in for this smudging. So initially, as you know, you are supposed to go in for the creation of the canvas, and the layers are supposed to be created, and then bring in the photograph that you are supposed to smudge into that layers, and then go for the pen tool. So when you are using that pen tool, you can just go and select certain area, and you can remove all the other unwanted areas. Okay, So you are supposed to complete the shape. Once if the complete shape is completed with the lines here and there, arcs and so on, and then you go for make selection option. Once after doing that, you have to apply something called layer mask, so that all those unwanted things gets eliminated or gets hidden. Take a copy of that layer, resize it if it is necessary, okay, and then go for the adjustments. Okay, you see here it is available with respect to that image menu, adjustments, and go for brightness and contrast. And similarly, you can also go in for color balance. If you want to add some color, you can just do that now itself. And even after that completion of that smudging, also you can go for adding colors that you see, shadows, highlights, all those things you try to incorporate and try to prepare the image. Okay, prepare the photograph for smudging. Okay, so when you are going in for these shadows and highlights, you are going to specify the values for shadows, highlights, and adjustments. So you can just see the effect of moving, the increasing, decreasing values with respect to shadows, highlights, and so on. You can immediately see the effect. So it all depends on you, your vision, no? Whether it is okay or not, it's up to you. You can just coloring how much you need, that red color or pink color, how much you are going to add. Everything depends on you. So you can just see that effect then and there, and try to prepare that picture. Once if it is prepared, you can go in for something called the smudging effect. Okay, so before that smudging effect, we'll see. Okay, so I'll just go in for this demo here. So it's, I'm having a Photoshop CS3. So I'll go and create a canvas here. Maybe for example 11 inches width and some 7 or 7.5 inches height. Resolution, I can go for 300 resolution. Okay. Okay. So with this, the background layer is now available. I'll try to bring in a new picture. So I just downloaded so many things, but I'll go for Amitabh Bachchan. Okay, so the picture is available now. You can just increase the size and so on. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is all those unwanted things I'd like to remove. I need to have only the face along with the shoulders and other things. This I'd like to cut and remove all the unwanted things there in the background. So for that, what I'm going to do is I'll go in for that pen tool that is available here. So I'll select the pen tool. Okay, just see, I'm just clicking it here and then another click. Thereby you can just draw lines. Okay, so you can also increase the size by just using that control plus, can increase the size. Okay, I'm at this particular point, so I'm just going on placing some points. Thereby I'm just drawing lines. Okay, like that, by just clicking it on the periphery of that picture, you can just select, okay, like this. So I'm at this particular point. Now here at the top end, so what I can do is here I can click. Now you see the line connecting these two things. If I can just bring it down, you can also draw a curve. Just see, I'm drawing a curve. Okay, so instead of going in with one by one different pixels, I'll just from this particular point, next I'll go in for this particular point, and by using that dragging operation, I'm just drawing the arc. And after that, press the Alt button, click it here, so that that part is over. After that, again you can go for drawing lines. Wherever you want, you can go for lines, and if you want to go in for an arc, that also is possible. Let's see here. I'm just drawing an arc. Arc is drawn. Okay, just to terminate that, Alt and then click at that particular point. Okay, so I'm just coming to this particular point. Here I'll go in for another arc. Okay, just by clicking at the different points, I'm just selecting. Okay, so here, this point, and I have just come back to this starting point. Now everything is complete. Okay, everything is complete. I have started from this particular point, just moved on here. Okay, what are all the areas that I'd like to cut? All those things I placed it inside. I just completed that, and just came back to that exact point from where that I have started. Now go inside, right click and say make selection. Make selection. Okay, okay. So now that particular area is now selected. So after selecting that, you go for this option. So right hand side, just below that layers, you have got something called add layer mask. Just click on that. You see, just by clicking on that add layer mask, you can eliminate all those things available outside this boundary. You have selected a boundary, and then just by clicking this add layer mask, you can eliminate all those things that are available outside. Now whatever that is necessary, that alone is selected now. I just cut that portion, and that alone is now selected. Okay, so in order to retain the original thing, after doing this, the layer is available here. You go for a duplicate. I'll duplicate that layer. Just a minute. So I made some mistake here. Okay, I'll do it once again. So this is a new layer. Okay, so I'll do it again. Just a minute. So starting point, just go on selecting like this. Okay. Okay, layer mask. Okay, so it is removed. So it is completely removed. So this particular option. So I have taken a copy of that layer, and in the base layer, I'll remove that thing, delete layer mask, so that you have the original picture. I'll hide it, and the other one, I'll apply the layer mask. Apply the layer mask. So now I have got two different things. This is the original one. Original one is available here. That I'll hide it, and I'll just enable this one. So this is the picture that I've just cut, and I'll also retain the original picture. That's the purpose of copying it. Copy it and have a work on only one thing. So this is the one that you're going to work on. So here in this one.
Sir?
Yes, just a minute, just a minute. Okay, now you have got this picture. Is it okay? Any clarification?
Sir, for removing the background, can we use remove BG?
Background?
For removing the background, can we use remove BG?
Demo again. Just wait, I'll do it. Okay, just wait. So once if it is that layer mask is applied, so you have hidden some portion, you have enabled only the things that are necessary. If you want to resize it, you can just resize that. Okay, just see, you can just resize these things if you want. And now we'll go in for the other aspects. Just see here. So after that pen tool, you have made a selection and you have added that layer mask. Now we have eliminated all those unwanted things. If you want, you can go for resize, and after that you just do these operations: brightness control, color balance, shadows, highlights, and so on, as per your wish. Okay, now you see image. So I just enabled that particular layer, image, adjustment, brightness and contrast. Okay, just see what amount of brightness is needed for you. It's up to you to select. And then contrast, just see the effect of this. Okay, so I'll stop with that, and now I'll go in for the other one, adjustment, image, adjustments, color. Okay, color balance. So you can add some color here just to see the face. Just see the face. You can just add some color. Okay, you see how it gets varying. So you can add slightly some reddish color. Okay, right. Coloring is over. Next, we can go in for this shadow and highlights. Shadow and highlights. You see here shadows, highlights, and adjustments. Now, by just varying these options, you could see the difference. Now you see here, everything is getting changed now. What is necessary, you can just okay, it's getting darkened. Okay, so here for highlights, adjustments, you can see if the adjustment, if you vary it, it's getting changed. Right. Okay, it's all depending on the need. You can just set the values, prepare that picture. Okay, and then image adjustment, what else are the hues and the saturation. That also, if you want, you can do it. Or this you can apply it even after smudging operation. Okay, I'll do that later. And filter, sharpen, smart sharpen. Okay, see the effect of this. So this you'll be using it to have a clear-cut picture. That is the clarity. Maybe if you want to have a finer that the hair details and so on, you can just vary these options and you can just retain that. Okay. So with this level, I will stop. Okay. You see the difference. This is the one that you have created. This is the old one. So you have added some color, you have added some brightness and so on. That's why you are getting this. I'll hide the background. Now you can see this picture. Okay, so image adjustments, brightness, contrast, color balance, shadows, highlights and so on. All those things we'll be doing it along with smart sharpen option. You can just sharpen the picture just to have the hair details, everything, even the line there available in the face, wrinkles, that also you can bring forward. Give some importance to that by using that smart sharpen option. Okay, so image adjustments, hue, saturation, smart sharpen, and after that we can go for this smudging. Now the picture is ready, image is ready for smudging, and for that if you want to start that smudging option, here you see on the left the smudge tool. This is the one. Select that and then go for selecting the brush depending on the position where you are going in for that smudging. So initially I have selected that 100 or 65. Okay. Okay, that is selected. And the strength you try to fix it maybe around some 55 or 60. So in that range you fix it. Now you can see the size of that brush. Okay, the size of that brush. If you want to reduce that, go here and change the master diameter. Okay, just start smudging, maybe from some point like here. You can see the change in that after that smudging operation. You see, I am slightly doing it. So this you'll have to do it very slowly. Otherwise, the details, so you'll be losing the details. Okay, so here I'm just using thing. Just see here. So you are trying to remove all those dots available there. Maybe you can reduce the size because you are fine tuning here. So slowly you are supposed to do it. Sometimes you can increase the size. I am doing it somewhat a little bit faster in order to have a completion. That edge and other things you can very well control. You see, you can very well control that edge. here on the forehead. I'll do that smudging here. Try to don't disturb all those unwanted things, because the shape is to be retained. This smudging operation, you'll have to do it very slowly. Okay, so at this level, I'll just take a copy. So duplicate layer. So I've taken a copy of that, and in that copy I will work. Okay, so this specs also, just to do it here. Okay, so here also it's now coming to that hair and beard and brush, you can just use the other option. Instead of taking this brush, you can go for 3 dots. That's available. Can you see 3 dots? Okay, the size you can reduce it. Okay, so 3 different dots are selected. So for this hairy portion, just see how I'm doing. That direction, everything you try to retain. Okay, and similarly that head portion also. If you want to give some kind of coloring, that also you can do it. Just see here. So that hair portion, suppose if you want to have some blue color option, then you can just go and select this brush, select the corresponding color, maybe some light blue color. Okay, light blue color. I can just apply this color here. Slightly. Just see, I am applying blue color here. Instead of white, now I am applied blue. And in the background, still you can go for something else, like dark green there in the background. Select that particular portion, and then you can just add that color here. If you want to change the color, you can do that. Otherwise, you can retain it. Retain the original one. And here some yellowish color also you can do it. Yellow color. Like this, you can just add some color by using this brush tool. And after that, you can go for that smudging. The color effect will be there. So I just selected that 3 dots. Oh, you see. Okay. Like this, you can just go on doing it. And sometimes you can also bring that hair outside like this. Okay, like this. And when you're just going inside for the area face, you have to be very careful here. So go for that round shape for performing this smudging inside the specs. Just see here. Okay. So I'm doing it fast. That's why you have to be very slow in this particular position. And the eye, if you want to have that white color dot, you can just go in for selecting that color here, okay, the foreground color, and then just by pressing this Alt and reduce the size, okay. By pressing this Alt key, you can just give some white patch here. That you can do it by pressing Alt and then pressing that mouse button. Okay. If you want to have a further thing, this lips and other things, you can give a different color. Okay. After that smudging, if you want to change the color, you can very well do it. Like this, you can proceed. Now you can see the difference. This is the original picture. We have modified it like this. Maybe depending on our taste, you can just add different colors. Maybe with experience only, you'll be knowing what color to be given and so on. And the outside can just go in for that yellowish color. Okay, like that, different colors. It all depends. So once if it is placed, what's next is you can just go for this eraser tool. Try to reduce the size, diameter size, maybe to something around 120 like this. Okay, and opacity you can just reduce it to some 30. Just see, I am just removing that particular portion. I'm just erasing. Okay. Now, if you want to resize, you can just do it now. Whatever you want, you can just do it here. Anything is possible. Now we can go in for this filter and render, sharpen, smart sharpen, in order to give more painting effect. You see, it's getting changed now. That painting effect is getting improved. Okay, and the coloring also, if you want, you can change it with the help of this hue and saturation. Image adjustments, hue and saturation. Okay, different colors you can bring in. Okay, so now the smudged picture is ready. You can just, if you want to go in for something like some background, you can just bring in that new background just by getting it. A new background, you can background images HD. Just go and select one of the things. Depending on your taste, you can just select. So something like this you can have. So this, open it. Okay, I'll copy this image and I'll paste it here. I've pasted that thing here, and after that you can go in for, after placing this, just to bring that picture to the top. So Amitabh Bachchan picture is now at the top. In the background information, I would like to suppress all those unwanted things. So what I can do with that is, with that layer, just go for this filter, blur, and it's Gaussian blur. Okay, just see everything vanishes. Is it okay? And you can also change the color of that background. Just see the change. Okay, and if you want, you can also have some kind of lines like this. Something like this. Okay, if you want to have this one, the edge, it is to be clear, you can also change the thing. So I'll just enable that picture, and with the help of this painting brush, I can add some new color. With this, I'll add it here. This is the background. I am adding the color just to highlight that hair. Is it okay? So like that, it's up to you to go for that smudging and adding different backgrounds. You can bring that picture here. Yesterday, I just designed with the same picture. See, this is the one that I just painted yesterday, just preparing whether his face is coming correctly or not. So similarly, that's another picture. It's yellowish color is added. Original picture and light bluish color is added to his hair. Okay, you can add some text and you can add other things so that you can create. So those things will be familiar. The creation of that greeting cards or any other wedding cards like that. You can add something like this. So before you go for designing of the wedding card, smudging is supposed to be very, very important. Okay. So what I have done is, after taking up that pen tool, by just clicking it at different points, you just draw the shape which you like to select, and after completing that entire, after closing that shape, go for make selection option. So right clicking on the mouse, you can go for the make selection operation, and after that, just at the bottom, after the list of layers, you can just go for this add layer mask. That option you select, and automatically all those unwanted portions gets removed or it gets hidden, then go for duplication of the layer so that you retain the original, and the mask picture also will be available for you. Then go for the adjustments, image adjustments. Okay, all these adjustments you will make based on your interest or your need, and then its hue and saturation also can be used, and after that the smart sharpen. So this smart sharpen option, you can just use it at the beginning and also after the completion of the smudging. Okay, when you start smudging, you have to be very slow. Suppose if you are going and doing something with respect to eyes, then the brush size should be very small, so that you retain all those wrinkles and everything. Okay, so it all depends. You try to vary the size of the brushes depending on the position. Select the smudge tool, select the brush, the size of that brush. The strength usually is going to be maintained around the 60%, the strength option available there. And then the master diameter. Okay, so the diameter could be varied here and there. And then, so go on doing that smudging operation. In between, you also work with respect to the layers, copying duplication of layers and so on. So if you want to create a new layer, you can just go for this option. A brush tool is there, strength, foreground color, background color, all these things you try to manipulate. So the background color and everything, you can just have it here. So this is the place where you can have that the foreground and background color. So selecting that, you can go for the brushes, and the painting is possible with respect to that color. So the hair and everything, you can just give a different color. Okay, so in order to make it different from the original picture. Okay, so that is with this new layer and the smudging operation. You see, these are all the things created with that smudging effect. Okay, so some greeting cards, you can have it like this, smudging, and his mishrak, you see, it's drawn. That I'll tell you later, maybe on another occasion. Okay, and here you see the hair. So the background is slightly, it is greenish yellow, and the foreground it is black. Like that, you can just do it. You can just have that color, and after that you go for that smudging. That's here you see everything is white, and slowly that black color hairs are drawn here. Okay, so I just made everything white, and after that these black colors are placed here and there, just to have that realistic effect. So it's not his original hair, but it's drawn. So make everything white, and then you can go for drawing that black color hair separately. Okay, so here you see the coloring. So violet color is added, and then that details that you'll have to retain. Okay, so these are all the other things, design, maybe some greeting cards. Okay, so with that I'll stop. If you want to have any clarification, you are most welcome.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Good evening, sir. Thank you so much,
evening.
sir. Sir, in the very beginning, when you have selected the area,
Okay.
after that, sir, you have do this add layer mask.
Yeah.
Sir, when we are doing that, how to bring the photo, like that automatically that particular area which was selected, that will come, or we have to selected a new page and there we have to put that picture? Means that background was deleted now of Amitabh Bachchan, then how that part will come?
I'll do it once again, just to follow this.
Thank you, sir.
So here I'll go in for new canvas. So some 12 by 8 heads 300. Okay, so I'll bring a new picture here, something Sachin Tendulkar is there, and okay, I'll bring Kajal Agarwal. Okay, so this picture is there now. I'd like to cut only the face. So for that, its layer is here. The right hand side, you see the layer is selected. Background is there. So I place the background and then copy. That's not necessary. Usually you create a new layer, and in that layer you can place this picture. And then if you want to select this particular face along with the hair and other things, you can just use this pen tool and just selecting that pen tool. So you have enabled this particular layer, and just starting from this particular shoulder, I'll just go on selecting just by pressing, clicking at different points. Okay, you can also use this so pen tool usage. Just see, I'm just following that app. You can have any number of pixels, any number of dots you can place it. If you want to be more particular with respect to the shape. Okay. Here I am just following her path. You see how I'm just selecting that? Okay, here I placed a dot, and now I'm just trying to click here, and then I'm just moving my mouse in the upward direction, and then moving to the left or right just to select that shape. And after that, Alt, press that in that particular point so that you come out of that thing. After that, I'm just going in for placing that dot here. And now I have completed. I've completed that shape. It's now complete. Go inside the selected area. Make selection. Make selection. Okay. So now that area is selected. This layer is selected. The area also is selected. If I like to cut. Now it's going to add layer mask.
Sir, your voice is not clear. Yes. Voice is not clear, sir. Kindly repeat it again.
So I have selected that now. So this you follow it. So by using that pen tool, I just selected this area, and after that, inside the selected area, right click, go for make selection option. Once if you have selected that, that particular area gets selected, and now you can just go and click this add layer mask. Just see, I'll do it. By just pressing it, everything gets eliminated. Only those area which you have selected, that alone will be there. All other things will be. Yes, yes.
Sir, that arrow in the right cheek, you do know, sir, one arrow, long arrow.
Yeah, yeah.
You said to press the Alt key, no, sir.
Yeah.
How did the long arrow come, sir?
Just a minute, just a minute. So that's pen tool. Okay. Just see here, the pen tool is there now. I'm just clicking it here, and in another place I'm performing a click operation, line will be drawn. And if you click it again, line will be drawn. Again, another place, line will be drawn. Now we have drawn 3 different lines with the 4 different dots, 4 different clicks. This is the first click here, second click, third and fourth. So by using 4 different dots, I'm just connecting all these 4 different dots. So you'll be getting 3 different lines. And from this, but this is the current point now. I'll just click it in a different location. So this location I'll click it, and I'm not releasing that mouse. I'm just clicking it and just retaining it. I'm pressing that mouse button, and if I press it to the left, automatically you see the effect. And if I'm pressing it, I'll keep that mouse pressed, and if I move it to the right hand side, the arc comes like this. If you just go down, arc varies. If you just go up, the arc varies. It all depends on experience. You can just go for this. Okay, the arrow mark automatically comes. Is it okay?
Excuse me,
Okay,
sir.
sir. Thank you.
I'll do it once again. So this is the current point. I am pressing it in some other place. A line will be drawn. If you release it, that line will be there. But I have not released it. Without releasing that mouse button, you just try to move it here and there. Automatically the arc comes. Okay?
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes. And if you want to come out of that arc, so suppose if you have not pressed that with the Alt key, if you press in some other place, you see again arc comes. Okay, so in order to avoid that, what we can do is press the Alt button, click it in that position, automatically that arc option will stop. And after that, it's going to be straight lines. You can have only straight lines after that. You try all these things separately.
Sir,
Yes, yes,
Excuse me, sir.
yes.
sir, where do we get
After-
and layer mask?
Sir, after the make selection tool, which button we have to press?
Selection of areas. I don't understand your question.
Sir, after the after clicking the right clicking on the make selection tool.
Yeah. So you see at the bottom here, you have got this button.
Next
now.
step, sir. Next
You
step.
see here, you see this add layer mask. You see at the bottom right side. So just below the layers, no, you see this button, one rectangle and a circle inside. So if you just place your mouse over that, you'll be seeing that caption add layer mask. That button you have to click.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you, sir.
I'll do it for
Excuse
you
me,
once
sir?
again. I'll do it once again for you.
Okay, sir.
Just see here, I am just selecting some area. Okay, that area is completed. Now go inside, make selection. Okay, after that selection of that area, if you just go and click this add layer mask, that particular portion alone will be visible. All other things will be removed. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, now when you have just do this add layer mask, after that we have to take that picture on a particular white page. Then we have to do, or there only we will do.
Yeah.
Background is not white, na, sir, now?
No, white color background. It's better after that clipping operation, you're going to work only on that layer. Okay. So hide all the other layers. You're going to work only on that. So for example, here you see 2 different layers are there. One is background, another one is background copy. So what I can do is I'll just go and select. Okay, so I'll just a minute. Okay. So now, can I do it again for you? Hello?
Sir, please, sir. Thank you, sir.
Just see, take the pen tool available here, click it here. Just see, I'm just going on selecting that area. And here I can also go one by one like this. But I can also go in for drawing an arc. Just this is the last point I have placed, and now I have come over here just by clicking it. Don't release that button, just move it down. Okay, I can just complete that arc perfectly. And after that, Alt button, press it in that point, it will be released. So after that you can go for that. Now I will go on placing so many dots. And here is the starting point. So I have come to the starting point. I have completed. The entire cycle is over. From the starting point, I just come back to the same point. Now right click on the inner area, make selection. Okay, select that area. Now the area is selected. Go for pressing this add layer mask. If you press that add layer mask, press it, all those things will be eliminated. Unwanted things will be eliminated. Okay, now we have hidden all those things, unwanted things. Now this layer is the one with which you have added that layer mask. Copy this layer, duplicate this layer. Okay, now you see you've got two different copies. The bottom one, I'll just remove the layer mask, delete layer mask, delete layer mask. And in the top one, just apply the layer mask. So for the top one, the layer mask is applied, and for the bottom one, it is removed. So I'll hide the bottom one, so that now you have this copy. So this is the copy with which you are going to work. But I am just retaining the original picture. If I want, I can get some information from that. I'll just selected that area and I placed it in a new layer, and I'm going to work only with that layer. What is the need for retaining this background picture? So the background, you can very well use it, and I can also use that as a background. Maybe after using this blur effect, Gaussian blur, no? Just see. And if you just enable it, you see the background picture. You need not search for a new background. Whatever that is available, that itself you can use it as a background along with that blurring effect. You see that effect. And here, if I use this eraser tool, I can just that sharp edges I can very well remove. Sharp edges I can remove. Okay. After smudging all these things, you can perform this operation. See the effect of this. So that's better to retain that picture. Old picture, you can retain it, and you can use it as a background also. After that, incorporating that blurring effect. Okay. Right. Any other questions?
Sir, how did you bring that another layer, sir?
Another layer?
Another layer, how did you bring, sir, from that background and background copy?
Just copy. A layer is there, no? Here you see the layer that is enabled, background copy 2. It's enabled, no?
Yes, sir.
Right click, duplicate layer.
Okay, sir.
Duplicate layer. Okay, that's all. So automatically another copy will be available for you. And one of the copies you can hide and you can work only on the other copy. So this is the copy that is available at the top layer, and next layer is this, and the third layer is this one. So you can just enable that so that you have that background. After smudging operation, you can just bring in different colors also, background colors. So it's a simple operation, that is right click on the layer, duplicate. Right click on the layer, here you see duplicate layer option. Just click on that, you can create. So automatically duplicate layer option will come. You say OK, the duplicate layer will be created. The copy will be created. Okay?
Excuse me, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yes.
Sir, when I use that, I'm not getting so much effect, sir.
I don't
It
understand.
is not making much.
Can you be clear
Sir,
again?
when I use yes, sir. Sir, when I use the smudge brush tool to smudge the face of that Amitabh Bachchan, I'm not getting so much effect like you got, no? It's not making so much difference. Why is that, sir?
I don't get you.
Sir, he's asking, he has tried with the smudge painting tool, sir, but he has not got the effect that you have shown.
Oh. So that you try.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
just try it, and maybe leisurely you try to do it. Slowly you go for that smudge option and see whether it is coming or not. If it is not there, you just call me. Just to take time, or 1 or 2 hours time, work with that and see whether it is coming or not. Just see here, smudging means the smudge option. Select that smudge option. What type of brush you have, that you select. So here I will select one brush, and the size you try to reduce it. Okay, a 3-dot brush. Okay, just see, I am just going in for smudging. You see the hair. Okay. So you're getting like this, no? This is smudging. With the help of that smudging, that hair effect, you see how it is coming. That you all try it and see whether it is coming or not. If it is not coming, you just inform.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Yes?
Sir, when I am adding the layer mask, it is not deleting the background, sir. I selected with the pen tool, and if I gave the layer mask, it will, and I given a duplicate layer, but it is not deleting the background, sir.
So have you hidden the duplicate layer? The one at the bottom you try to hide.
Yes, sir.
Try to hide the bottom layer and you will see the effect.
Yes, sir. I will try, sir.
Okay, dear friends, I think we had it was actually a treat for us all, because so far you were learning official designings, professional designings. Now you have it is also a professional design, but a smudge painting that gives you relaxation and more it kindles more interest in you for designing. As I was just reading through your feedback, some of your feedback, those friends, those who have another work, they have given the feedback. And everybody thanked Dr. Ravindran and for making it more interesting. And I hope this session was very much interesting. He is my own teacher. We used to enjoy his session for software and technology. But today it is really something great that a person who is guiding PhDs giving a demonstration on smudge painting. He himself, I have seen him, he's very busy, but still he engages himself in painting. Whenever we celebrate birthdays in the department, he gives us greetings with our own paintings. He takes time and does it. So if you have interest, certainly you will become great painter with smudge painting. And it is really interesting. One more fact is that you can give them with the painting. They'll be surprised to receive your gifts. So it is not the last class by Dr. Ravindran. I requested him and he has also agreed. And with your interest, and I invite him for one more or two more sessions whenever it is feasible for him. So my dear friends, we will have another session by Dr. Ravindran. So let us make it meaningful and let us learn more and more. So try now and you will definitely get it. As George said, he was not able to get as Dr. Ravindran showed it. But when you try continuously, you will certainly get it, and Sir will certainly help us. I have also added Sir in the group. You can also ask your clarification. He will certainly help you. His number is added. He's in both the groups. So you're welcome to clarify. And you can also share your paintings if you happen to go for your own smudge painting. Right? Thank you very much, Sir. On behalf of the department and on behalf of all the learners here, we thank you very much, sir, for the wonderful session. I really enjoyed a lot along with the learners.
Thank you, Vimal. Dear participants, try to work with all these things and take time. Don't be in a hurry. Try to work leisurely. And even after that, if you are not getting it properly, just inform me. Maybe in the next session, we'll proceed from the beginning again. Maybe starting from the pen tool and smudging. And later, we'll try to add that hair effect that we have not touched today. We'll try to add that, how to draw hairs. Okay, so that we'll see that in the next session, along with the previous thing. So work, and if you have any problem, you're most welcome to interact. Just come back asking for some questions, but take time. Okay, right. All the best. We'll meet the next session. Thank you.
There are so many comments, positive comments, both in the feedback as well as in the chat, sir. Really nice of the participants. They have enjoyed. Thank you, participants.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Please take rest, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, George. Thank you.
Vimal, can I just leave?
Yeah, yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. And a lot of positive comments, sir. Thank you. I will just tell it. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Great of you all. Thank you for connecting. Thank you for having connected for a very long time. Thank you.